Live well, be healthy, be great. It's your man, Howard Tyree, and I am thepeoplescoach.com. But more importantly, we are the Seeds Harvest Foundation, LLC. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. It's going down this year. Let's make this year the biggest year ever. Let's make dreams come true this year. Let's be uncomfortable this year. Let's do something we've never done before this year. It is going down. It's going down. Personally, for me, 2022 is about creating a heaven on earth experience. And I want to challenge all of you to create your own personal heaven on earth. All right? So let's talk about it. Heaven on earth. To me, happiness is a choice. Happiness is a decision. But isn't everything a choice? Isn't everything a decision? I mean, we choose the person we have children with. We choose the house we live in. We choose the job application we fill out, which determines the career path that our careers go down, the jobs that we work, the salary we make. We choose the car that we drive. We choose the clothes that's on our back. We choose the food we eat. We choose the places we go and everything we do. From the moment we awake to the moment we go to sleep, it's a series of choices and decisions that we make throughout that entire time period. Literally, all day, every day of our adult life, we make choices and decisions. With that being said, how is everything in our life a choice except happiness? Everything in our life is a choice. Everything in our life is a decision, except happiness. How is that possible? To me, it's not possible, because how we do anything is how we do everything. So we can choose to be happy, or we can choose not to be happy. So with that being said, what is your definition of heaven? It can be different. We can all have different definitions or ideas or conclusions of what heaven is. So based on your definition of heaven, what is heaven? Next question. How different is your life now from your definition of heaven? All right. Let me say it again. I want to make sure you get it. First, I ask, what is your definition of heaven? The follow-up question is, how different is your life now from your definition of heaven? The People's Coach is pro-happiness. Those of you that know me, the People's Coach, Howard Tyree. The People's Coach is pro-happiness. The People's Coach is pro-win-win relationships, win-win friendships, and win-win business agreements. I believe that there's room in every relationship for all parties involved to be happy, or some type of healthy compromise in there so that we can have a win-win situation. Happiness is a full-time job that some of us do not have the skill set to be successful in. I know that might have stung a little bit, but who taught us how to be happy? And were they actually good at creating happiness in their life? Were they actually good at creating their own heaven on earth experience? And And let's be honest about that. Here's another idea. Most of us have never been happy before. Most of us have never experienced happiness. Now, I know that may sting a little bit, but let me ask you this. Have you ever gone 24 hours without criticizing yourself? Because usually when I ask my clients this question, most of them have not gone 24 hours without criticizing themselves. Usually that's a challenge that I give to my clients so that we can start to understand what happiness feels like, what happiness sounds like, and ultimately get closer to that happiness experience that's far different from anything that we experienced before in our life that we once called happiness. How different would our life be if we never criticized ourselves? Now I'm talking about the stuff that your self-talk, the stuff that nobody else hears but you. So you can fake the rest of the world out, but we can't fake ourselves. When you look in the mirror, what do you really see? Not the representative that you show the rest of the world. When you look in the mirror, what do you really say about yourself? I'm talking about that type of self-talk. Alright? How different could our life be if we never criticized ourselves? How different would our life be if we literally became our own best friend? How different could our life be if we became our own biggest cheerleader? I used to be the one that was my biggest critic. I used to be the hardest on myself. I used to criticize me more than anybody else on planet Earth. I thought that was motivation. However, that really was a very deeply rooted level of self-hatred. I didn't understand this till later in life, but I get it now. How different could our life be if we became our own best friend? Who taught us how to be happy? Who taught us how to create healthy? Who taught us how to create a healthy mentality or mindset? Did our parents teach us how to have healthy minds and how to think in a way that create this heaven on earth experience that we're talking about? Did we get it from our parents? Where did we learn how to be healthy? Mentally. Did we get it from TV? Did we get it from social media? Where do we get this stuff from? How do we learn how to be happy? Just something to think about. Consider this. We are more familiar with tolerance and acceptance than we are with creating a heaven on earth level of happiness. So just because we tolerate something for a long period of time and we get these random breaks from this tolerance of highly stressful people, places, environments, and situations, just because we tolerate it, that's not the essence of happiness. Just because we accept it to be our norm, we accept this stress, we accept this something other than what makes us happy, and we tolerate it for all our life, and we accepted it to be our norm for the rest of our life, doesn't equal happiness. Happiness embodies us literally doing what makes us happy. And I want to challenge us as we go into 2022 to go 24 hours with being happy, to go 48 hours with being happy. No criticism, no doing things that make you feel overwhelmed, anxiety, or stressed out. What could be different if you actually went 7 days of only doing what makes you happy? What if you went 2 weeks of only doing what makes you happy? I find it very interesting that the most valuable things on earth are priceless. And you don't have to exert an ounce of energy to create. And to me, that's happiness. Doesn't cost money, and it doesn't cost energy. So literally, to me, going to work and doing your 9 to 5 for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, it's a lot harder than creating a heaven on earth level of happiness in your life. Because that doesn't cost money, and it doesn't cost energy. Not like lifting up a table, or lifting up a sofa, or lifting weights. It doesn't require that type of energy. It's a mental thing. So how is something that's priceless and doesn't cost an ounce of energy, why is it so difficult to achieve? As a people, as a collective. What if it wasn't that hard? What if we could create heaven on earth? What if being happy was an easy decision? What if being happy was actually easy? What if completely transforming your life was actually easy? It's something to think about. To me, being stressed out and overwhelmed is hard. To me, living paycheck to paycheck is hard. To me, figuring out how you're going to pay your light bills is hard. To me, having your back against the wall, walking on eggshells, being in stressful, abusive relationships, being in toxic situationships and relationships, to me, all of that stuff is hard. Before I understood and grew into this heaven on earth experience, this heaven on earth mentality, this heaven on earth lifestyle, it was scary because I was more familiar with tolerance and acceptance of something other than heaven on earth. Acceptance of something other than what was best for me. And that was my norm. So anytime you do something new, it's going to be scary in the beginning. So there's going to be a point in your life where actually being happy and doing what's best for you is going to be uncomfortable and scary in the beginning. That's how life works. Because our comfort zone is just that, our comfort zone. And some of us are comfortable at tolerance of stress, high tolerance of chaos, high tolerance of violence, high tolerance of abuse, high tolerance of poverty. So the opposite experience of that is going to be scary. It's going to be the world of the unknown, and it's going to be unfamiliar. So it's going to seem weird in the beginning, is what I'm saying. All right, push through that. Make that weird your new norm. I challenge you to let's do this together. Let's create heaven on earth. Heaven on Earth 2022. That's what's going down for me. I challenge you to do the same thing, whatever your definition of heaven on earth is. This is the biggest point. This is the biggest message I want you to take away from this video. All right? I don't know about you, but the way I see life, the way I understand life, I'm not waiting to die to be happy. I'm going to get to work and create happiness. I'm going to get to work and create heaven on earth now. That's what my job is. And I challenge you to do the same thing. All right? With that being said, live well, be healthy, be great. It's your man, Howard Tyree, and I am thepeoplescoach.com. But more importantly, we are the Seeds Harvest Foundation, LLC. creating heaven on earth. That's what's going down 2022. All right? Peace.